I should point out, because there has been a lot of press about a proposed Filipino cultural center on Main Street. That's not the proposal we're talking about here. So tell me about this one.
Yeah, this proposal is located on 396 Southwest Marine Drive in South Vancouver. If you were to go to that address right now, it's a Kia dealership, and it's located right beside the Marine Gateway development
Yep.
and SkyTrain station. So it is very different in that, it's a, I would say a project that's long been in the works, especially when it comes to having engaged a community and really building the case for why that location, why the programming, and kind of the contents and how this is going to get put together.
Okay, so for us, briefly build that case then.
Yeah, so in actually last February, we released our What We Heard report, the largest kind of survey in the history of the province, surveying the Filipino community with over 2,000 respondents. We had been doing that work for a number of years, and we assembled and released all of the data in this report that point to this location as the ideal location for this cultural and community center. Additionally, all of the things that the Filipino community has wanted to see in such a facility or development isn't, I mean, what's usually, I guess, what many other folks kind of think of as culture. In the Filipino community, those are actually kind of community amenities. So that's why we're calling it the Filipino Community and Cultural Center. So things like basketball courts, industrial kitchens, and, kind of just gathering spaces, in addition to cultural amenities like a museum, a theater, those types of, I guess, spaces in this center will also be built in.
And where is the money for this going to come from?
Well, there's several, revenue streams that we're currently engaged with private and public stakeholders. We are actively in discussion with the federal government around their Build Canada program, and we've established our Capwa Strong endowment, which is really what's going to fuel how this center operates and kind of really building that capacity for financial independence for the project.
And what would the estimated cost of the project be? Like, how much would it be overall?
Well, we don't have, or we're not prepared to share that yet, but it certainly will be a huge investment in the community. I mean, we see it as a general investment, and in the coming weeks, months, we're going to continue to release more information, especially around the value that it brings, not just to the Filipino community, but really to the city, to South Vancouver and surrounding areas. I mean, it is a Filipino cultural and community center, but all of those amenities and spaces and kind of programs, we have a tech and innovation hub, will really benefit the surrounding area.
I guess, would it be a freestanding building, or would it be part of a bigger structure?
It's going to be part of a bigger structure. Like, part of the project will include affordable housing. And again, in the coming days, or I should say coming weeks, we'll have more details to share in terms of what it actually looks like, renderings. And as far as next steps are concerned, like, we're prepared to share this, or we're preparing to share this so that we can invite community input, have town halls, and everybody provide their feedback and what they want to see and help shape the vision of this.
This area, I mean, at Yukon and Southwest Marine Drive, we're talking about an area that has that been rezoned for a high rise?
I mean, we're currently going through the process of just getting, I guess, all the project details together to submit, and that's what.
Is there a development proposal for that site, and are you hoping to become part of that development proposal?
We are going to be a part of a development proposal for that site, yes.
Okay, and who's the proponent of that proposal?
So we're partnered with Hungerford Properties. In this search for finding partners that are values aligned and have a track record for really delivering on community serving projects, we found that not only do they have the track record for doing so, they are financially It's a financially stable company with all of the resources and kind of the track record to show that we can deliver this project.
And how big a project are we talking about then?
By size, or so 100,000 square feet for ourselves, with I guess making use of the 3.14 acres of land on that site with in a very big development.
And the proposal that's there, is it for a high-rise tower?
There will be affordable housing, an affordable housing component. So yes, there will be.
Okay, and do you know how high it's going to be? I mean,
No.
the surrounding area is like 30-story kind of thing.
Yeah. Again, more details to come on that.
Okay. So there are, of course, competing visions here, and we have what looks almost like a similar project on Main Street, which is a different proponent, and that's a project that is supported by the mayor and by Mabel Elmore as well. Are we in a position where somebody has to choose between the two, which is viable, or is it possible that we could see two Filipino cultural centers in Vancouver?
I mean, it's clear that the mayor has expressed support for multiple projects, as long as they're viable and they provide that value and investment into the community, into the city. There can be multiple proposals like this, and to be clear, we've also expressed supporting viable projects from any other efforts from within the community. There's certainly a dearth of cultural assets across the city for the Filipino community. So it is something that, as Filipino B.C. has reached out to other organizations with parallel efforts to see how we can coordinate or help with how they're doing their things.
So your relationship with the city of Vancouver at the moment, how would you describe it?
I mean, we're taking into account how council and mayor have expressed that they will support multiple projects. They will support viable proposals like this, and we're confident in not only the thoroughness that we've gone through in doing this. Given again the years of collecting information, showing the data that supports that this is the location, that this is the type of project, and the really the overwhelming kind of clamor from the Filipino community to have a project like this, gives me the confidence that people will see, and it's going to be sort of self-evident that this is going to be an investment worth, applying resources to.
So walk me through the steps then that need to happen. This is the proposal, and you're going to unveil details about it yet to come. But what has to happen now?
Yeah, so I guess formal application process will take place, and kind of as far as our roadmap is concerned, we're still building. I guess our fundraising campaign, we're in the quiet phase of it, and continuing to engage again, kind of like public and private stakeholders. And then the next major phase of this really is again to engage the community, to engage the broader community, to help shape the vision. That we already have, I guess, something to present and share, and to build upon, given that what we heard report that we've released last year, and now it's just to kind of make it real, show the renderings, show what's possible, and read back the feedback that we've received. I mean, it's been a year since we released it, and we want to remind people that this is what the data has shown, what the people have asked for, and to really reinforce the notion that we've been very thoughtful about this every step of the way, and we want to continue to be thoughtful about it, and to ensure that everyone has an opportunity to not just be told what's going to happen, but to have a role in, again, helping shape this project.
How is the timing of this? I mean, you've got every level of government, municipal government. You've got Mayor Ken Sim foregoing an increase in property tax for homeowners because he says people are, can't handle anymore, and the city is, making cuts. The provincial government's got an $11 billion deficit that it's trying to deal with right now, and the finance minister has indicated there are going to be cuts there. Mark Carney is talking about a kind of tightening the belt on spending when it comes to the next federal budget. Anybody in the mood to spend money?
Well, I mean, I've shared that we've had these conversations with Build Canada, so that's, that I would say that's a positive in the fact that $51 billion has been earmarked for that program. So that's an encouraging step. And I would say we've had really, encouraging conversations with the Ministry of Tourism, Arts, Culture, and Sport. And we've been having conversations with city staff. And again, as soon as, we're prepared to not just make things formal through the submissions of our application, city staff and council we're prepared to engage with them as well.
RJ, great to see you as always. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me, Stephen.
Appreciate it. RJ Aquino, Chair of Filipino B.C. That's a not-for-profit organization dedicated to empowering the Filipino diaspora and strengthening connections with the wider community.